What are coaching tips? In this video, we're going to figure it out, along with some forms of coaching tips, and we're starting right now. Hey, this is Jeffrey Suey with CoachesTrainingBlog.com and Master Coach University. And before we get to the good stuff, if this is your first time here and you want to learn how to change lives and get paid, this channel covers everything from becoming a life coach to getting certified to starting and expanding a successful professional coaching business. And you can get started now by subscribing and clicking the little bell icon so you don't miss anything. All right, what are coaching tips? Well, just like it sounds, coaching tips are hacks, strategies, ways to get from A to B, little answers, little strategies, little how-tos that can support a coach in doing a great job coaching, or really even support a client that might be a tip that they got from their coach. So that's it. Coaching tips are hacks, coaching strategies, how-tos, ways to get from A to B. Before we get to more detail, if you want to watch more of me talking about the definitions of life coaching, the coaching business, and different aspects and types of personal and professional coaching, click the little tag right up there to the right so you can watch the entire What is Coaching series. Now, there are different levels of tips that a coach might give. The first level, this is really the lowest level, would be advice. Advice is just straight answers. This is not the greatest expression of what a coach can provide, but it still can provide some value. If you don't know how to get from New York to LA and I tell you take this road and turn left here and go here and here and here to get where you want to go, okay, that's valuable. You could probably figure it out without me as your coach, but yes, it is a certain level, again, the lowest level of a coaching tip. Now, the next level of coaching tips, this is really where coaches thrive. And this is what I would call powerful questions. Powerful questions coming from a coach will open doors to all sorts of different answers. They in fact create a flood of answers. If you ask me, how do I get from New York to LA? And I asked you, well, what are the different ways that you think we might get from New York to LA? How do you want to get there? What are the different ways that other people have gotten there? How do you feel about actually going to LA in the first place? You know, there's infinite answers that could come from just those, 4 or 5 questions that I just asked. Powerful questions open up options. Now you've got all sorts of different facets and different ways, different strategies that you can get from New York to LA, or you can produce the result that you're after. Some of the most powerful questions are questions that provoke a mindset shift or open up new mindsets for a client. For instance, if I was to ask a client, how do you feel about that? Well, they're gonna express their current mindset. But even more powerfully, if I ask them, how would you like to feel about this? Or who are you really when it comes to this area of your life? Who would you like to be? How would you like to feel? These kind of questions start to open doors to all sorts of different possibilities around the mindset that client experiences right now and the mindset they might experience next time they face that challenge or that opportunity. Now, the highest level of a coaching tip, it's really not even a tip, but it's an extension of these other 2 areas, would be what I call a coaching competency. With a certain coaching competency, you can ask infinite different questions that might come up in a coaching session. You could give all sorts of different types of advice as the coach in a coaching session when you have the right level of competency. So if you gain a certain skill set, gain a certain, what we would call in the coaching industry, competency, this opens doors to all sorts of different tips, hate to even call it a tip at that level, that could flow through you as the coach, or flow through your client, or flow through that coaching dialogue, that coaching conversation that occurs within a facilitated coaching session. So here are some examples of coaching competencies. Active listening is a coaching competency. The ability to not just hear what a client says, but hear things that they didn't say, hear what they might be suggesting that's implicit in their communication, hear what they're avoiding focusing on, hear their emotion in what they're saying. So all sorts of different levels of active listening. And part of active listening is asking questions to be able to learn more as you're listening, to kind of walk down the path that your client is leading you through. Another example of a coaching competency would be direct communication. The ability to directly communicate, powerfully communicate to your client in such a way where not just they hear the meaning of what you're saying, but actually get the depth of potential or possibilities that come from what you're presenting to your client. Another competency would be creating awareness. This is the ability to actually support your client in becoming aware of something that maybe they weren't even aware of before, or deepening a client's awareness. If you have this competency, you might ask all sorts of powerful questions and give all sorts of different advice to produce that awareness in your client. So hopefully you get a sense of why a competency opens up lots of different questions, and each question opens up lots of different tips and advice and answers, potentially. This is why I wanted to lay this out for you in kind of a hierarchical form, so you realize it's good to give a tip, it's even better to ask a powerful question, and beyond that, it's even better, like the best thing to do is to stand in and get grounded in certain competencies that you become more competent in over the journey that you're taking as a powerful coach. If you'd like to see an entire series that I covered about the top 11 core competencies of coaching, I actually made a series of videos right here. You can check them out. Just click that little tag that's in your upper right-hand corner of this video. In these videos, I cover the 11 ICF core coaching competencies. ICF just stands for International Coach Federation. They're the international governing body in setting the standards for coaching and coaching competencies all around the world. And so we actually discussed and demonstrate these 11 different core coaching competencies in this video series that I've created for you. So check it out. Once again, this is Jeffrey T. Suey with CoachesTrainingBlog.com and Master Coach University. I hope you got some learnings and some understanding, some value out of this video today. What's your best coaching tip? What's your best coaching hack or question or competency for that matter? What do you love about it, and why is it your favorite or your best? Give me some feedback, comments, thoughts, or questions. Or if you learned something valuable or you enjoyed this video, as always, you can hit that thumbs up button or you can thumbs down. By the way, you can watch the rest of this What is Coaching video series right here. Just click the link or click the video and you can check it out. We cover all the different definitions of different aspects of the personal and professional coaching world. Also, I created an entire playlist of coaching tips videos. Check that out here. I've got some of my favorite coaching tips. And if you want to learn even more about how to change lives and get paid for it, subscribe to this channel and I'll see you in future videos.